Growing up, I always wanted to do so many things.
I wanted to be a vet.
I wanted to be an actor.
I wanted to be a celebrity by any means necessary.
This is Spike Drop Vegas Heist.
I'm only here for a 2B. I don't really care about any other place.
I can't even comprehend what is going on, but I like it.
My name is B. I go by MaterialGirlB, and this is Wannabe.
I am so excited to play Ghost of Tsushima.
So BroadcastHER Academy allows women of different demographics to come together and essentially learn the ropes of like gaming, esports, and things of the sort. It's a great opportunity just to learn, and I feel like I've been learning a lot since just being here and connecting with other women who have similar goals as I do. BroadcastHER has introduced me to the esports industry. So again, not seeing people like myself in industry, I kind of just strayed away from it. But being here and seeing other women, other people of color in the space, it feels like, oh, I can do this too. There's a whole organization that's here to help me pursue these dreams and provides funding to do so as well. A lot of creators struggle with finding the funding to help us create. You know, we definitely evolved from like early 2000s YouTube where you can use a webcam and just talk and have people pop in and support. Now you have to have like these high level productions to have people really interested. So BroadcastHER really provides like a plethora of resources and opportunities just to level up our gaming, level up our content, and really learn about different ways to get involved in gaming and esports. So growing up in Bed-Stuy, it was a little rough, I will say. I was a homebody because of my environment. It really made me want to seclude because it was a little dangerous. And I think from there, that's where I fell in love with like content, gaming, and things like that. So really my environment made me who I am today. As a child, I always loved gaming. I want to say my first ever game was My Disney Kitchen, which obviously was for kids, but I played that on my PlayStation 2, which my grandmother got me. And because, like I said, my neighborhood was so dangerous, I would just stay in the room, stay in my house, and just play my game all day long. And this is before YouTube became a way to make money. So I would create like little gaming videos for fun. I think this was like 2008. So I used to use something called one-time media, and I would like stitch together like pictures of games, just different things I was into, and put them on YouTube just for fun. So as I got older and I saw that content really became something that people made a profit from, I thought that would be a great idea to finally get into it. I definitely had to develop my confidence along the way. I think that just the things that I'm interested in, there weren't a lot of people who were interested in those things. And I went through this point of my life where I felt a little secluded from other people. So I didn't feel like people really championed me to really do anything. So at some point I was like, you know what? I want to do these things. Let me champion myself so I can be the best version of myself. And that's a part of why I'm a content creator. That is why I have a community called the Jewel Thieves, and it stands for Stealing Back Our Dreams from Those Who Say We Can't Attain Them, because it's about making sure that we know we're good enough to go after our dreams and having each other to just work together and just go after everything. Growing up, I wanted to be a celebrity, like by any means necessary. I didn't know if it was singing, modeling, acting. I don't have any skills in any of those areas. But I knew I wanted to be in front of the camera. So at some point, I think in 8th grade, I decided that I wanted to become a fashion journalist because I loved fashion, I loved writing, and that was a good way to bridge the two of them and like be in front of the camera and things of that sort. When I got to college, I felt like I had a bigger purpose in helping people, so I changed to education, but my passion has always been being in front of a camera, connecting with other people, and really just showing my personality. I never really understood as a child why I was bullied. I felt like I was really nice. I definitely was in my people-pleasing era growing up too. So I never understood why, especially as kids, we all kind of like the same stuff. We all like Barbie, we all like video games. But for whatever reason, when I would express my interest, I was like outgrouped. So it never made sense to me. I remember being in middle school, that's when it really got bad. And I was like, I was heavy into my anime, my Death Note, my Sailor Moon and stuff like that. So it just was something that people utilized to just outgroup me. And then when I got to high school and college, I kind of suppressed those things and kind of liked them on the low and just found other ways to connect with people. But I'm kind of glad it happened because, again, going back to championing myself to have confidence and just do the things I want to do, I kind of think back like, I didn't think younger B would be able to do these things, or I don't think younger B had a support. So let me support myself. Let me be the person that I always wanted in my corner, despite what I like or what I'm interested in or what I look like. Like, let me be that person and let me be that person for other people as well. So my community is called the Julies, and I got the name primarily from my name, MaterialGirlB. I actually got my stage name or my screen name from Madonna because I was like, I'm a material girl, I love fashion, I love games and stuff like that. So I just love stuff. So it came from MaterialGirlB, and I was like, what is a name that feels inclusive to everybody? Like, I'm really girly, so I didn't want something that felt like it was only for hyper femme girls. So I felt like Julies was cool. And with the saying, stealing back our dreams from those who said we can attain them, that really brought together my whole idea of championing other people and just having a community where we all support each other. So I primarily play decision-based in life simulation games, and we really connect with each other and like figuring out what's the best decision for this game, things that we should do in terms of the game. And it really helps build like a sense of inclusivity because everyone in my community feels like they're involved and they all feel like they have a voice. And we also have discussions about like real life topics. Like in my everyday, I'm an educator, so I like to bring a lot of those experiences from the classroom to stream and just have like broad conversations that we all can just connect to. I didn't start content creation until I realized that my 9-to-5 job just wasn't it. I want something a little bit more. I want to get back into like the creative video content creation aspect of my life that I enjoyed just for fun. So now that everyone's kind of doing it just because they're trying to make it a profession, I should jump back into it. I don't think people took me seriously until I really started. At some point, everybody wanted to become a content creator. So it just became like, oh, another person wants to do it, until I started like buying the equipment and posting consistently. Then people around me was like, oh, okay, she's legit. I would say it took a lot of confidence too, because I think with content creation, people are always worrying about like if their family is judging them, if their friends are judging them. So I had to like step out of the realm of worrying about what people thought about me to just jump head first. And once I started becoming a content creator, I met a plethora of people who share the same interests as I do, which was amazing. So I got a lot of support from them. I would say my most memorable moment in content creation was probably going to my first ever con, which was DreamCon. A part of the reason I was really excited to do content in the first place was because I found out about DreamCon and I was just gonna attend as like a regular girl that didn't know anyone. And then I started doing content, and by my first con, by the time I got to DreamCon, I knew so many people knew me, and it felt warm to finally have a community and be able to connect with people in person who I can relate to. So I would say that was definitely the most memorable moment for me. One of my biggest supporters is my line sister, Monique. She goes by Samoa. She also started doing content recently. She's a small creator as well, so we kind of support each other in that aspect. But it's been fun to like see her journey, have my journey. It's just been cool. We have two different niches. She does like med school, fashion, blogging stuff, and I'm like on the nerdy side. So it's a cool contrast, but it's cool that we still come together and like support. I would say a lot of my support as well comes from my peers in the space. So I have a group of friends that I made in content creation. We have a cute little group chat, and we're always like sending each other opportunities, coming to each other's streams and stuff like that. And I'm always the first one to let them know like, hey, this was posted, go sign up for it. So I would say like we all kind of support each other in our little gaming nerdy friend group. Well, I think anytime I see a person of color, especially in the content space, I'm inspired. So I can't even say there's one person, because growing up, I didn't see people like me doing these things. I didn't think it was practical for me to even be in this space as a Black woman. I remember I would watch the Rap Brad all the time, and I was like, oh, this is like a really cool thing that he does. I don't see myself doing it because obviously Brad isn't a representative of me as a Black woman again. So when I found out about like DreamCon and like all of these other spaces where like Black nerds really congregate and just express themselves, I was like, oh, I can do this too. So it's been a great ride. So what is a Black nerd? I would say, in my opinion, it's just a person who is into the stereotypical geeky things. So like anime, comics, video games, tech, all of that good stuff. Growing up, again, I didn't see people who liked those things. And if they did like those things, they were really quiet about it because we got bullied. I know there's a lot of conversation about like Black kids not being bullied for having certain interests. I was. So I had to, again, grow into that confidence of making nerdy content because I was never able to connect with people because of it. And I felt like, oh, my other friends are going to be like, girl, what are you talking about? Like One Piece, Bleach, what is this? So I definitely had to grow my confidence in becoming that Black nerd I always was, that I kind of suppressed throughout my life. And again, like connecting with other people who have the same interest and consider themselves Black nerds. It's been great. Touring the HyperX Arena for the first time was really overwhelming because like I didn't know that there was just so much here in all of the different rooms, all of the different roles. So it was a little bit overwhelming to see everything, but also expanded my mind of the possibilities to get involved with different things. So I never thought about like engineering and all the other good stuff that's involved here in terms of just bringing together tournaments and things of the sort. So it was a lot, but it has me really pumped and really interested to learn more. I have 1,000,001 goals, and I feel like using content creation as a stepping stool will allow me to reach all of them. So I really would love to get into voice acting and traditional acting. Again, it's just a skill that I'll be working on. I also would like to develop my own organization for women that centers around like gaming, tech, and also bridging that beauty and fashion aspect, because I think it's cool that I do it now on my own as a content creator, but having like an entire organization dedicated to that is a really big goal of mine. I would also love to have a tech accessories company. So there's a lot of tech that's like not that cute. So like I want to make my own. If it's not there, I feel like it'll be great to create it. I also want to be a producer and caster in the esports industry. This industry is so vast, and I'm not really, prior to this, I wasn't really privy on how to get involved. So being a part of BroadcastHER Fellow Academy, I felt like this was a perfect opportunity just to get involved and see ways that I can make that dream come true. My advice for my younger self would be to just start. You know, I feel like it's very cliche. If you're like, just start, just do it. But like, you really just have to do it and understand that there's always going to be a learning curve. There's always going to be mistakes that are made. But if you focus on what you want and what your dreams are, just start. There's no one holding you back but yourself.